Live look at Capitol Hill for you. President Obama scheduled to arrive there in less than an hour, meeting with House and Senate Democrats to discuss policy ahead of the August recess. On the docket, his plans to fix the economy, a grand bargain on the corporate tax rate to fund huge infrastructure spending. And if Congress doesn't buy it, he will bypass the legislative branch. New reports suggest that the president may use executive action authority to push through his agenda on a wide range of issues. All right, and the hits keep on coming for Obamacare. The president's decision to delay the employer mandate going to cost $12 billion. And then there's this. A growing list of towns and cities pushing workers to part-time to avoid the cost of Obamacare. That is government that's doing this. We're talking teachers, janitors, union members, Obama supporters. We've got the full report coming for you at the top of the hour. In order to avoid Obamacare, private sector employers have been moving workers to part-time jobs. Now listen to this. Now, school districts, local governments, government people, government organizations, they are doing precisely the same. We're talking about union members, Obama supporters. Elizabeth McDonald is here. You've got a list for us, haven't you, of which towns, states, cities, all the rest of it are going to part-time work. Go.
Start with schools. Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Utah, Nebraska, Indiana, Virginia. The schools in those states are dropping to part-time status. Gym teachers, janitors, coaches, cafeteria workers, teachers' aides, administrators. They're moving more to substitute teachers as well. Also, cities and counties in states including California, Texas, Michigan, Indiana, Kansas, and Iowa are dropping their government workers down to part-time status. It includes public works workers, parks and recreation, librarians, secretaries, city jails, aid to nursing homes. So we're seeing this change across the country, Stuart.
That is a huge list. I mean, you've named countless states and cities right there. But what gets me is these are government workers. These are government jobs. And this is government saying we can't afford full-time workers under Obamacare. That's what they're saying.
Right. And also we're hearing from Long Island, for example, that teachers' aides are talking about how they may push teachers and workers, school workers, onto the health exchanges. So that's another trend that we're seeing. This is the leading end of a trend that's taking hold across the country. The irony is that maybe health reform could stop government, and I hate to say this because I know people in the media out there will say, hey, wait a second. But what these people are saying is they can't hit up the taxpayer for any more money in the way of higher tax increases, right? So they're not going to raise taxes. So instead, what they're saying is we're going to cut out the workforce. And what that means is less in the way of taxpayer-funded pension and health benefits. But this is basically they're doing the math in the school and government local level, and they're saying, look, the wheels are coming off the bus here with our budgets. We have to make this move because of health reform.
And they're being pushed. A lot of people will therefore be pushed onto these exchanges where their health insurance coverage will be heavily subsidized by the federal taxpayer.
That's an important point. That discussion is absolutely happening at the local school level. That's what we're hearing. And I have to make the point at a time when we've got superintendents and school administrators making six figures. So what is happening with health reform? It is causing across-the-board budgets to be looked at once again. People are redoing the math in the local government and school level. So the other thing, too, is these workforces, as you point out, were big backers of the administration. Yeah. They join now unions. Unions, we know, have sent a letter to Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid saying, you dropping the work week to below 40 hours, that's cutting right into the backbone of the middle class. So the Teamsters Union and a number of other unions have signed that letter. So we're waiting for a White House reaction on this. We're at the leading end of a growing trend across the country.
It's a very good story, Liz. Another hit on Obamacare.
That's right.
That's my position.
That's right.
Liz, thanks very much indeed.